All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and hit the record option on this meeting. So just so that everyone is aware, this meeting is being recorded, and I will allow entry to individuals as they requested.
Close the door.
All right, it's 5:02, and the meeting is recorded now. So, Master Sergeant, if you want, go ahead and do roll call.
I just want to put the time on here. Mr. Jaramillo,
Present.
Ms. Valentine,
Prior notice.
Ms. Hernandez,
Present.
Sergeant Davis present, Mr. Keelis, Ms. Russo,
Present.
Mr. De Jesus,
Present.
Ms. Suarez is not here, Ms. Lumpkins, Mr. Morgenthau, and Mr. Martin. We have 5 members, no quorum. Time now is 5:03.
All right, so what we'll do is at this point, since we don't have a quorum, I'm just going to make some brief announcements regarding the elections coming up and some quick information. And then if by, let's say, 5:15 nobody else shows up, or if we don't have a quorum, then I'll give Mr. Goldstein and Mr. Inga permission to enjoy the rest of their evening, and then we'll decide from there what we're going to do. Mr. Goldstein and Mr. Inga are joining us today to give us a report about special education and, some of the interventions and different things they're doing for students. So let me project my screen real quick here. Give me a second. All right, you should be able to see that. So I just want to share with you a few updates. The ballot position was selected the other day and via live video. And these are the numbers for the LSC election. So we have 6 parents who are running, 4 community, 3 staff members, teacher representatives, and 1 non-staff. Oh, and I apologize, Miss Russo. I just realized I wrote Robin with a V instead of a B. Robin.
I know who I am.
So B,
Okay.
I apologize, but it will be correct on the. It is correct on the sheet that's posted and on the ballot. It'll be correct. Next, the election date for parents and community and staff will be on Thursday, 11/19/2020 from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Using door number 6, which is in the JROTC room, which is where we hold regular elections for the general and primary election. And so the candidates forum tentatively proposed. We're going to go ahead with 10/22 at 5 p.m. Notice will be on the Steinmetz website. In addition, all candidates will be informed of this. Tomorrow they will receive an email from them about the proposed date. It is required that we give 7 days notice, so tomorrow will be the 1 week out. Next, the principal annual meeting and PAC meeting will take place Tuesday, 10/27 from 5 to 6 p.m. It'll be on the school's website. The Parent Advisory Council meeting, the organizational meeting will be right after. I apologize. It has the wrong time on it. It will be from 6 to 7 p.m., not 5 to 6. Again, notices will be sent out, and that will be on the school's website. the Bilingual Advisory Committee meeting, the organizational committee meeting will be, and that'll be available on the website as well. I can go through the rest, but I'm just gonna hold off on the rest of the updates related to school and the principal's report. I just mostly wanted to share that information that came from LSC Relations regarding the elections. Let me stop sharing my screen and let me just go through slides real quick. I do not believe there are any other dates that the council must be aware of. Let me just double check, going through presentation. No, there's nothing else from LSC Relations. So that's pretty much it. I'll hold off on the principal's report because I'm sure the other members would want to see it. So, Matt Sargent, have you received any prior notice or any notices from anyone stating if they're gonna be here tonight or not?
No, I checked my email about 10 minutes ago. Let me just check again.
Okay, I'll check my email as well. No new updates on my end.
Okay. And no more updates on mine either.
Okay. Well, at this point it is 5:10. I'll just give you a brief update. We did meet this month with, or this week I should say, and last week with community schools, Northwest Side Housing, and student programming will be starting in the next week or so. They do have a full agenda that we're going to try to implement online and see how that goes. You know, we know students are some are experiencing some fatigue from being online all day. You know, it's understandable, and you know, parent commitments and other things. But we are going to still try to implement some program, some tutoring during the day, during the lunch periods, and tutoring after school, as well as some social emotional supports. PCC is going to be running a support group for students, and Snow City Arts is going to be running an art program, which focuses on social emotional supports. And in addition, we are going to be doing the photography class, some of our regular offerings, photography, some one-stop shops as well, such as origami, calligraphy, 3D model making. And we're going to, all those programs are after school, as well as we're going to continue trying to expand some of our offerings and see what hooks the students and interests them, so we can try to give them some more offerings online. Some of the things we've talked about is a theater program, some kind of improv to do it online and contribute to a larger video that students will make. So those things are in the works right now. But we also discussed, which I'm very excited about, is a pretty robust parent program to try to get that going off, getting off the ground again, in which the parent program is going to focus on, again, you know, resuming some of the classes that we had pre-pandemic, GED, as well as ESL. But in addition to that, cooking classes, some classes focus on health and wellness, and some of the other supports that we've had in the past. So there's also a partnership that's going to be revisited and make sure that it's fully implemented as far as Parent University and partnership with FACE. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to keep moving forward. Now, Northwest Side Housing Center has been in partnership with the City of Chicago and CPS and working with Chicago Connects in order to get families connected in various neighborhoods. I believe it's about 3 or 4 different geographical neighborhoods in the city of Chicago on the northwest side. For those that need internet service, they have about 70,000, I believe. I believe it's 70. No, I take it back. Maybe 7,000 phone numbers that they or residents that they can call to try to talk to them about access to internet and different things to try to get them connected. But the most important piece of all of this is through that Chicago Connect program and through the community schools program, they're going to be offering some programs that help to train parents how to use some of these resources that the kids are using in class, whether it's Google Meets, whether it's, even just doing Google searches, Google Classroom, how to connect and different things like that, because we've learned through some of our conversations with parents, and as well Northwest has as well, working in the community and through needs assessment that they have done most recently with some parents in the community, is that parents are lacking the training. Some parents are lacking training or familiarity or that comfort level, I should say, with internet and how to navigate the different tools. So that is going to be a tremendous help to help parents and community members in being more technologically proficient in using the same tools that their students are using, so that way they can help monitor and help students in the system with their work and the processes. Cassandra, if I can lean on you, I don't know if there's anything you want to add, if I summarized it pretty much our last meeting, or if there's anything you want to add to it.
No, you did a pretty, you broke it down really good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we're excited about that, and I think it's going to be a good opportunity. The only other thing that I will mention is that we have 2 meetings tomorrow. We have a freshman parent town hall, and we also have we have another meeting for seniors. So just be aware of that. The times, let me see here. Let me give you the times real quick. The freshman parent meeting will be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. There's a Google Meet link on our website for parents to RSVP, and they're going to go over expectations, graduation requirements, the Learn Plan Succeed, and parents have an opportunity to ask questions. And same with the senior parent night. That's going to be at 5:30. Parents can go onto the school website and RSVP as well. All right. Well, it is 5:15. Mr. Inga, Mr. Goldstein, I don't want to waste your evening, but unfortunately we don't have a quorum, so I don't want you to have to wait. But if you would like to give a brief presentation or say a few words and introduce yourselves, you're more than welcome to go ahead and take a few minutes to do that, since you've taken time to meet with us tonight.
Okay, well, thank you. Mr. Goldstein, did you want to show your PowerPoint? I know you prepared a PowerPoint.
I would, as Mr. Harmio said, we can introduce ourselves, but I would just say that if we're needed for another time, we'll wait for the quorum.
Sure.
Yeah.
The LSC to be there.
I'm definitely going to invite you to the next meeting as well. So, you may want to save it for then. But
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm Vince Inga, case manager, and Mr. Goldstein is also a case manager and department chair. And we work with about 200 students, over 200, about 220 students with IEPs. And we also have over 60 students with 504 plans. And so, we're happy to come back and give a presentation.
well, thank you, Mr. Inga, and thank you, Mr. Goldstein. I appreciate it. Again, we don't have a quorum, so I don't want you to spend your time giving your very well prepared presentation, but we're gonna have to do it again when we have a quorum. So I'll let you know. And then I'll leave it up to the rest of the council, Master Sergeant. Since we don't have a quorum, I guess we don't need a vote to end the meeting. But if there's an agreement from everybody on the council, then maybe we'll just end the meeting then. Since we don't have a quorum.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. I just like to thank again, Mr. Ingram, Mr. Goldstein. I think I sent a couple of you emails and you replied right back. And I was just saying, and I actually one of the parents was talking about you, Mr. Ingram. It was really good, and I would just say that they really impressed with the services they're receiving, especially in this remote. And I'd like to say thank you. And,
Thank you.
And I know, Mr. Harmill, you do a lot of briefings, and I know this is not a meeting, but how you doing, by the way?
I'm doing good. Life is good. Weather's beautiful. Last warm day with the beautiful fall leaves that we're gonna have. So, but just worried about our students and their experience with remote learning and our staff as well. I know it's difficult for everybody. We'd rather be in person. There's nothing that could replace that. But for the most part, everybody's doing pretty well and adapting, making the best of it. And our staff and students, they're resilient. So they're adjusting well. But it would be much better if the pandemic didn't exist and we were all in person, right? So I'm doing good. Thank you, though.
I also wanted to thank Mr. Inga and Mr. Goldstein for taking the time to join us for today's LSC. And I'm really looking forward to next month's presentation. Hopefully we'll have a quorum. But thank you guys for everything you do. Mr. Maharamio, just a quick question. Has there been any other insight as far as CPS shedding some light if there is going to be a return for the fall, for next quarter or whatever, next semester, or the quarter, I should say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate your question. The last we heard, CPS was going to wait till the end of the quarter to decide. So now that we've had progress reports and we're getting closer, as we approach the 10th week, I know from what I've heard in the media only is that, CPS does want to make a decision soon, to give parents time to plan and everything. But unfortunately, as of right now, I don't have any information and I don't know what is going to happen as far as the next quarter. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I guess that'll conclude our meeting if there are no other questions. And I'll send you emails and we'll post the information on the website regarding the LSC election and any other important dates. And then we'll go from there. All right. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your attendance tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for visiting.
Everybody.
All right.
Everybody be well.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
And I'll go ahead and stop recording and have a good night.